Earth receives its first alien message. Scientists capture simulated ET signal that you can help scientists decode it. A simulated alien message was sent from Mars at 3 p.m. Eastern Time today. A trio of telescopes around the world intercepted the message 16 minutes later. Is this how aliens will contact Earth? Extraterrestrial civilizations could map our planet using signals from mobile towers. Experts claim mobile masts are now the second most powerful source of Earth's radio leakage. Study claims if aliens had a telescope like SKA, they could detect our 4G activity. If there are aliens out there, it might not be that hard for them to find us. That's because experts say extraterrestrial civilizations could map our planet using signals from mobile phone masts, the number of which have grown exponentially over the past 30 years. They are now the second most powerful source of Earth's radio leakage, behind only military radar transmissions, having overtaken the commercial radio and television station powerhouses of the 20th century. To put this into context, each mobile tower emits a radio signal with a power of 100 to 200 watts, equating to a peak total leakage of 4 gigawatts from our planet, according to researchers at the University of Mauritius and University of Manchester. It means that if aliens had a radio telescope equivalent to the 1.7 billion pound square kilometer array, SKA, being built across South Africa and Australia and due to be finished by 2028, then they should just about be able to detect our 4G activity. Mobile towers emit most of their radio power parallel to the surface of the Earth, meaning a signal is strongest when it is rising or setting across the horizon, as seen from a prospective alien world. Huge number. Mobile phone masts are now the second most powerful source of Earth's radio leakage, behind only military radar transmissions, having overtaken the commercial radio and television stations of the 20th century. Stock image. Add to that the technology getting a boost to 5G. Plus, if the radio leakage from individual mobile phones themselves was taken into account, then it would be easier still. The new study found. Study researcher Dr. Nalini Hiralalisar of the University of Mauritius said, "I believe that there's every chance advanced civilizations are out there and some may be capable of observing the human-made radio leakage coming from planet Earth. However, the extraterrestrials would need to be on a world within 8 light-years of Earth to make it possible," the researchers say, and if they only had a telescope equivalent in power to the current Green Bank telescope in West Virginia, then detecting us would be unlikely. Not only that, but where they are in the sky would also be a factor, as the majority of mobile phone masts are in the northern hemisphere. A planet with theoretical extraterrestrial life in the northern hemisphere sky would get a stronger signal than one in the southern hemisphere. This is because mobile towers emit most of their radio power parallel to the surface of the Earth, meaning a signal is strongest when it is rising or setting across the horizon, as seen from a prospective alien world. Professor Mike Garrett, team leader of the project and director of the Jodrell Bank Center for Astrophysics at the University of Manchester, said, "I've heard many colleagues suggest that the Earth has become increasingly radio quiet in recent years, a claim that I always contested. Although it's true we have fewer powerful TV and radio transmitters today, the proliferation of mobile communication systems around the world is profound." He added, "While each system represents relatively low radio powers individually, the integrated spectrum of billions of these devices is substantial. Current estimates suggest we will have more than 100,000 satellites in low Earth orbit and beyond before the end of the decade." The Earth is already anomalously bright in the radio part of the spectrum. If the trend continues, we could become readily detectable by any advanced civilization with the right technology. Although an extraterrestrial civilization wouldn't be able to listen in to our conversations, the study reveals that aliens would still be able to find out plenty of other things about Earth, including the planet's rotation and axial tilt. They would also be able to measure both our land distribution and monitor how population levels change across the world over time. In the new study, researchers modeled signals as seen from 3 nearby stars, Alpha Centauri, which is in the southern hemisphere sky and just 4 light-years away, plus Barnard's star and HD 95735 in the northern hemisphere sky. The latter two are 6 light-years and 8 light-years away, respectively. None of these stars or their associated worlds are thought to be habitable. The main goal of the current study was to determine the power spectrum of mobile towers on Earth as observed by a hypothetical civilization located at interstellar distances. The researchers wrote, "Dreaming big, if aliens had a radio telescope equivalent to the 1.7 billion pounds square kilometer array, pictured, being built across South Africa and Australia and due to be finished by 2028, then they should just about be able to detect our 4G activity." Our findings show that the leakage radiation from mobile towers is variable in intensity and periodic in nature due to their non-uniform distribution on the Earth's surface and the rotation of our planet. The researchers found that any nearby civilization located within 10 light-years of Earth and equipped with a receiving system comparable to the Green Bank telescope would not detect the Earth's mobile tower leakage. Next-generation telescopes like SKA could do better, they added, and with the future development of 5G, Earth's leakage will continue to increase in power over time. If the leakage can be detected, an extraterrestrial observer would be able to discern various details of the nature of our planet and the distribution of technology on its surface, the study concluded. The research has been published in the monthly notices of the Royal Astronomical Society. The Square Kilometre Array, SKA, a joint project between Australia and South Africa, will be the world's largest radio telescope. More sensitive than any current radio telescope, it will enable scientists to study the universe in more detail than ever before. The telescope will be located in South Africa and Australia, with the international headquarters located at Jodrell Bank, in the UK. Nearly 200 mid-frequency dishes, including the existing Meerkat facility which was officially launched in July 2018, will be located in the Karoo region of South Africa. Around 130,000 low-frequency antennas will be located in Western Australia. Both sites are far from sources of radio frequency interference, which will allow for very sensitive measurements to be undertaken. The SKA will be made up of two instruments, SKA Mid, the dishes, and SKA Low, the antennas. The signals from the dishes will be transported via optical fiber to a central computer where they will be combined using a technique called interferometry. Similarly, the signal from all of the antennas will also be combined and converted to scientific data that astronomers will use to study the universe.